forward to it. Great time. Good morning. Good morning.
I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my power over the mountains. I send my power over the sea. I send my power into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send peace over the mountains. I send peace over the sea. I send peace into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my passion over the mountains. I send my passion over the sea. I send my passion into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. And it returns to me. And it returns to me.
Let's send our love. Thank you. Let's send our love to each other. Send our love. Come on, turn around. Send your love. Send your love. Send our love. Send our love. Send our love. Send our love. All right. And as it returns to you, please join me for our opening treatment, which is our word for affirmative prayer. And so we pause in this sacred and holy moment, and we allow ourselves to be the open channel for God's love. We recognize in this moment that this is our sacred duty, our sacred honor, to open and become this channel for Spirit to send its love to the world. For Spirit uses each one of us as this channel for its love. And so as we recognize that in ourselves and in each other, we unify in that power of love. We allow ourselves to be used by love. And as we become more powerful and more passionate as God's love, we know that wherever we go, this is what radiates. And as we come together today on this first Sunday celebration at Center for Spiritual Living, Morristown in 2026, let us declare and know that together we are a community that sends our love out into the world. Joined together, we are a community that sends this power of love out into the world. Joined together, we are a community that sends joy and passion into the world. Let that be our commitment this year as a community, to share it with each other, but also to radiate it in our personal lives, with our families, with our friends, in our jobs, in our work, in our creativity, in all that we do. So we become this beacon of light that others are attracted to become greater channels of love, to experience love in the world, no matter what the circumstances of the world look like. As I stand here today, I know for sure and for certain that love is what heals. Yes. Love is what brings people together. Yes. Love is what allows the power and presence of God to be known in the world. And so I give such great thanks for this community that is dedicated to love, dedicated to truth, dedicated to bringing this into the world just by being who we are here to be, our unique, individualized expressions of love. And so as I release this word, I do so with heartfelt gratitude for each one present here today, for each one that makes this commitment in their heart, for each one that joins together as friends to support each other as we walk this truth in the world in 2026. And so as I release this word, I know it is done. And I invite everyone to join me in saying, and so it is. Okay, here we are. Here we are on the first Sunday of the new year. And so I want to welcome everybody to Center for Spiritual Living Morristown. We're a vibrant community where love, joy, power, passion, inclusivity are at the heart of everything that we do. Because here we honor the unique journey of every soul, offering a place of healing, of growth, and of celebration. Together we create an atmosphere of openness and love, where every person is seen and valued and accepted just as they are. I'm Reverend Janice Valera. I'm a minister here. And I want to thank you for joining us, whether you are here in person, and it's so lovely to see all of you, or watching the live stream currently, or checking us out at a later time. We're so happy that you're here with us. If this is your first time here, we welcome you. We are so grateful to see you. We invite you to take a welcome packet if you did not receive one on your way in, so we can include you in future events happening here in our center. To all of you, we do publish a weekly newsletter through Constant Contact. So if you're not already signed up, there is a sign-up sheet in the back where you can sign up so you can receive all the information about all the things we have going on, and we have some exciting things planned for 2026. So, it's the first Sunday of the month. We welcome back our first Sunday of the month team. I was going to say duo, but I like to be a part of it too, trio. So we have the always dynamic and inspiring Kris Ferraro as our speaker, and the incredibly talented and wonderful Rhonda Jeanette as our musician. So not only is it the first Sunday of the month, it is the first Sunday of the year. So we have a brand new global theme, but I'm going to talk about that in just a few minutes. And we celebrate and align ourselves with this global theme because all the centers for spiritual living all over the globe have the choice to align with this theme. So it's, more, I think it's even more powerful, but we'll talk about that. Right now, I want to share the monthly theme for January is Ancestral Wisdom, New Thought. Ancestral Wisdom, New Thought. And Kris's topic is Conscious Connection, Beginning Your Year in Alignment. How practical and perfect. So we're going to start with our Namaste practice. And most of you know Namaste means the divinity in me recognizes and honors the divinity within you. We're going to align the practice today with our January theme, Ancestral Wisdom, New Thought, and also with the new year. And I want to just make a mention of, I think it's wonderful how everybody celebrates the new year on January 1st, so we get a clean slate, everything's new. But my intentional year is to practice that every day. It's not just the calendar that tells us, okay, on January 1st you get start anew. We start anew every day, every moment. And even our bodies regenerate and recreate themselves constantly. But science has shown, especially quantum physics, I know I'll circle back to namaste. Just say quantum physics and I go off. All right, so quantum physics has proven that the body regenerates itself based on what? The thoughts that we hold, right? So our teaching says, have a new thought. It's a new thought teaching. When we have a new thought about our bodies and our lives, it is recreated based on that new thought. So, going back to the January theme, ancestral wisdom, new thought. Ancestral wisdom, this is where I circle back to Namaste, is the divinity within us. It reminds us that we are divine beings. So if we allow that wisdom to inform and impress upon our thoughts, we can become brand new in every moment. See? We did that? Okay. So as our namaste practice today, we're going to do our traditional bow, namaste, and I want you to add to that, Happy New You. Not Happy New Year, Happy New You. So let's pray. Happy New You. Namaste, Happy New You. Namaste, Happy New You. Happy New You. Namaste, Happy New You. Happy New You. Thank you, all you new people. And so, as I promised, I want to introduce the 2026 theme. We don't have drums or drum roll. What is the 2026 theme? Open at the top. Open at the top is the global theme for Centers for Spiritual Living in 2026. And Ernest Holmes reminded us all the time to remain open at the top. He said that science of mind was never meant to be a closed system. Now, next year in 2027, we celebrate 100 years of the science of mind teaching. So 100 years ago, there was no quantum physics, right? There was none of this, all these things that came in. So I think Ernest Holmes would have been all over that, right? He described our teaching as a living teaching, freed from dogma, open for greater illumination, unbound and unlimited. Holmes encouraged us to stay curious and to pause and ask, does what I believe measure up to truth? Truth with a capital T. Does what I believe about myself, especially if I'm believing in limitation or lack, does that measure up to the truth? So we stay open. To be open at the top is to remain teachable, to welcome new insight, and to trust that Spirit is always revealing more. The spiritual leader of all of Centers for Spiritual Living is Reverend Dr. Sunny Cantrell Smith. And she beautifully expresses the idea about this theme in the Science of Mind magazine this month. In January, we have them available in the back. She said, in a world that often feels unpredictable, Holmes's teachings remind us that life itself is creative, responsive, and expansive. The infinite does not run out of ideas, possibilities, or ways to bless us. The divine current is always moving forward, urging us to grow deeper in wisdom and rise higher in love. When we are open and willing, we align with this current and discover that renewal is natural. Being open at the top, this is me saying this, invites us to live in the holy what if. What if there's more love to express? What if there's more wisdom to receive? What if there is more good seeking to emerge through us? So as a movement, this theme aligns us with our global vision at Centers for Spiritual Living, which is a world that works for everyone and all of creation. It calls us to honor our interconnectedness, to choose love over being right. Can you imagine if we lived that way? to choose love over being right, and to allow our spirituality to grow, evolve, and respond to the needs of the world. So as we prepare now to enter into our time of guided meditation this morning, I invite you to gently release any need to know how or why, to let your heart and mind become open to insight, open to guidance, open to the renewing presence of Spirit. So let us turn inward now and align ourselves with that divine current that is always moving forward. And so as we hold this theme open at the top, let us now move from the words into the experience. There's nothing you need to do, nothing you need to solve. Simply allow yourself to become open, receptive, and available. I invite you to gently close your eyes if you haven't yet done so, and if it's comfortable for you to do so. Let us all turn our awareness inward together. So take a slow, gentle breath in and release it with ease. Again, breathing in peace and breathing out anything you no longer need to carry. Allow your body to settle into the support beneath you. Let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw relax. And allow your breath to find its own natural rhythm. Now I invite you to bring your awareness to the top of your head. And just imagine a gentle opening there. Not something you need to force, just a natural openness. An openness to insight, to wisdom, and to love. And silently affirm within yourself, I am open. And feel yourself aligning with a divine current. A living, creative presence that is always moving forward. This current holds infinite ideas, infinite possibilities, and infinite ways for good to express. Really is nothing you need to create. You are simply allowing yourself to receive. If your mind begins to wander, gently return to the breath and to the simple awareness, I am open at the top. Open to new understanding. Open to deeper wisdom. Open to more self-love and acceptance. And open to love expressing in ways that you might not even be able to imagine. And rest here for a moment in curiosity rather than certainty, in trust rather than effort, in the spaciousness of what if? What if Spirit is revealing something new to you right now? What if renewal is natural? What if love is already moving through you exactly as needed? What if? Take a deep breath into your heart. Allow yourself to feel gratitude for this openness. Gratitude for a teaching that is alive. For a life that is creative and responsive. For a divine presence that never runs out of ways to bless you. As we begin to gently return our awareness to the room, know that this openness goes with you into your choices, your relationships, your service, and your becoming. As Rhonda comes up, I invite you to take one more full breath in and slowly release it. Whenever you're ready, gently open your eyes, carrying with you the knowing that you are aligned, and you are supported, and you are open at the top, and that in 2026, you will do amazing things.
You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings. With every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift He's given. Love your life and love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go, and the people you will know. Don't worry when or how or now. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind close your eyes and take a breath and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things.
How beautiful was that? Happy New Year, everybody!
Happy New Year.
This is an exciting time of year, and I totally agree with what Janice shared. Every day is a new day. Every day is a new opportunity. For many, many years, the new year felt like September for me, probably because of many years of school, right? We got new school clothes and new school supplies, right? And that felt like the beginning of the year. But this is a beginning that we can claim for ourselves. But maybe to claim it in a different way. So often at this time of year, we ponder the years that have passed, we ponder the year before us, and we move straight into efforting. What do I need to fix? What do I need to become? What must I do differently? I want you to know that I get it. My editor calls me the type A mystic. He's not wrong. The second he said it, I was like, oh, wow, that really fits. And I think that that's true of a lot of New Thought people. We don't come into New Thought with, accidentally. We usually come into New Thought because what we have been doing hasn't been working very well. And some aspect, or maybe more than one aspect of our lives are not really working so well. We've done the work of trying to control and fix things outside of ourselves so we feel differently, and at some point recognize that that wasn't working out so well. If it was, you wouldn't be here. You'd be in some traditional religion. And I forget that when I'm talking to people of other more traditional faiths, that they are not so fixated on self-help and creating ourselves and creating what we want to become. And so I was the 16-year-old that was stalking the self-help section of bookstores. The only 16-year-old that I ever ran across in any of those bookstores. So I come by that naturally, and whether it's my parents' working class values or it's just simply my personality, I'm very much into doing. Creating a plan, getting out there, and taking action. But I have really, in the latter years, started to be in the beingness rather in the doingness. And have found that life not only has worked far better, and incredible things have showed up that I could have never really asked for, but I've felt more peaceful along the way. So as we begin this year, I invite you to remember this. You are not behind. You are not late. And you are not missing anything that is truly essential. Because everything that you need, really, truly, is inside. We are in conversation with that life, and that conversation is constantly ongoing. Ernest Holmes reminds us, life is a mirror and will reflect back to the thinker what he thinks into it. I would also add, life also reflects how we listen. We can be perpetual tellers. That's what we do with affirmative prayer and affirmations and visualizations. We are inputting into consciousness what we would like to see show up in our lives, or how we would like to change, what we would like to experience. I think we're missing something really important. Because when we listen with compassion, life softens. And we too become the recipients of more compassion. When we listen with curiosity, life reveals more of itself to us. And when we listen with trust, we begin to feel supported rather than separate. So as we move into this new year, perhaps the invitation is far more simpler than we give credit. Less forcing, more listening, less striving, more allowing. Consciousness doesn't respond to pressure. I've tried it. Believe me, if it worked, I would be the one to strong-arm the universe into giving me what I want. Because pressure is coming from a scarcity consciousness. It's coming from lack. It's coming from unworthiness. So if that is behind the pressure to make life bend to our will, it's not going to work very well. Consciousness responds to relationship. And the two most important relationships in your entire life are the ones with yourself and the ones with the higher power of your own understanding. And all of your other relationships fall into alignment based on those two. Consciousness is impersonal, but our relationship to it, it's the most personal relationship that we could ever have. Consciousness, God, Source, the universe, knows everything you've ever forgotten, knows all the things you're hiding from yourself, knows every hair on your head, every breath you've ever breathed. And that is available when we listen. That conversation that you are having is between you and life itself. So imagine then if the beginning of the year is not a starting line, but just deepening that conversation as we go forth. In New Thought teachings, consciousness is not something outside of us. It is the very medium through which life expresses. We participate in it. Ernest Holmes also said, we live in a universe that is friendly, responsive, and alive. It is not against us. It is for us. It waits upon our recognition. So when we're in this act of inputting into consciousness what we want to see, what would happen if this universal intelligence, we made a regular practice of listening and deepening that relationship? What if this year is not asking you to push harder, but to listen more closely? When we begin to slow down enough to listen, something really subtle happens, and that's why we have to be moving slow to catch it. We begin to notice that what has been trying to speak to us all along, through our bodies, through our longings, through our joys and our excitement, and even our environment, often what we call signs, is simply the consciousness of all that is reflecting back to us our inner landscape. And that listening is not passive, it's deeply creative. So last March, my friend Nicole and I decided to redo the book The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And if you're not familiar with it, it's been out for 30 years. It's actually selling more copies now than it did 30 years ago. Talk about creativity. And it's a 12-week process to go through to bust up creative blocks. So it was originally designed for performers and artists, but people of all kinds have been using that to unearth the ideas, the old memories that are within them that are getting in the way of them owning their ability to be creative beings in the world. So we did that 12-week process. It took us 35 weeks. Because life be lifing sometimes. She had stuff, I had stuff, but we kept going until we completed it. And I had originally done it when I was about 27 or 28, and what I recognized in redoing the process is how little I understood at that age, and how I had also integrated some of the practices that she had put into the book. One of them is artist dates, where you go by yourself to explore something and have new experiences. And so that's something that's very much been a part of my life. So I recognized that back then, what she had spoken of had become integrated into my decision making, and I didn't even credit her for it. So after we finished, we started doing another book of hers called The Listening Path, The Creative Art of Attention. And so this really got my attention because attention is our greatest currency. And you may have heard that word attention being bandied about, because you may not know this, but we now live in an attention economy. So the attention economy treats human attention as a scarce, valuable commodity that is captured, analyzed, and sold for profit, primarily by digital platforms, social media, search engines, and streaming, that monetize user engagement through targeted advertising, making attention the currency in a world overwhelmed with information. The tech bros simply know what metaphysicians have known for thousands of years, that where our attention goes, energy flows. And it is our greatest currency, where we put that attention. So what if this year, instead of investing so much of our attention in these streaming platforms and social media and that which is outside of us, and instead took that attention and brought it within, and brought it into those primary relationships in our lives. In this book, she goes through each week going through different paths of listening to our environment. That was very informative to me. I live in Montclair. It's a very, very noisy place, and I'm a very sound-sensitive person. And what I found in the listening to the sirens or the garbage men coming in the morning was that it had become so abrasive to me that I'd actually shut down my listening. So I started driving in the car without listening to a podcast or music. I would sit sometimes in the parking lot of my building and just take in that information. And what I found is when I was actively listening, I was present in the now. And when I was present in the now, life was very much alive, even in the sirens and even in the sounds of the garbage men. All of it sounded like a symphony of life with different instruments that were working together. She talks about listening to others. This is a big one, and I do blame technology for this, that so often when someone is speaking, we're already thinking about how we're going to respond, that we're not actively listening at that time. Often clients will say to me, "How did you remember that?" I said, "Because when I am with you, there is nothing else." And in that listening, the healing already begins before I've even spoken a word. She talks about listening to our higher selves. And interestingly enough, listening beyond the veil, where she talks about speaking to those of our loved ones that have passed over and continuing those relationships, which was pretty interesting because she sort of doesn't get too woo. But she did in this one. I guess she's getting older and she's thinking, what the heck? She talks about listening to our heroes, and then of course listening to silence, which we do in meditation. And so I thought about what are some techniques that I can share with you to help you on the listening path. Because the truth is that to have a relationship with all that is very difficult, right? We think of relationship from our brain standpoint with something with a face, something with a voice. And so I often have shared with students, with clients, listen, pick a deity you like or create one that you like, but create something that has a face and has a voice, maybe even has hands, to have that relationship with. And so I thought about, I don't know if this came out of the 12-step program, but I know that a lot of 12-step people do something called two-way prayer. And what they will do is they'll write a question, and it could be something specific, like, what do I need to do differently to sleep better? Or it could be something very general, like, what would you have me know today? And then they write the response. And what's very curious about this is how often what comes out is something that's not in your voice, or information that you could have never thought of. And so it's a way of having a dialogue so that you can get feedback on some specific or general areas of your life. But when I thought about listening to our higher selves and listening to our heroes, I thought, we can actually do that in one exercise. And this comes from Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. And if you're not familiar with that book, Napoleon Hill found that there were people that prospered wildly during the Depression. And so he went around interviewing those people. How did you prosper when everybody else was in poverty? And what happened was he created this book that is essentially a bunch of metaphysical how-tos. One of the more fascinating ones he doesn't list until later in the book, and he does say that it is the most important practice that he created. It's called the Invisible Council. So it's a mental technique where you vividly imagine any kind of figure. It could be a celebrity, it could be a historical figure, dead or alive, and you meet at them with a council in your imagination, and they offer advice on your challenges. And this is a practice that he did nightly to shape his character and to gain wisdom. And I thought, you know what, I haven't done this in a really long time, and this is something that I would really like to return to do. You could have somebody living like Oprah. You could have someone who's passed away like Jimmy Carter. You could have Napoleon, although I don't know why you'd want him on your council, but you could if you wanted to. You could have anyone on there, and you meet with this council, and what I believe it is simply an opportunity to tune into your heroes, right? But really, it's an opportunity for your higher self to voice through those heroes. Because the people that are heroes to us are simply reflections of the light within. We're drawn to certain people because we too have that magic within us. And so we get to explore that in a really powerful way. So you choose your counselors. He chose 9 to 10. I think that's a lot, but you can choose who you want. I'll probably have 5 or 6. And you think about the qualities that you believe that they embodied. Didn't matter if they actually did or not. It's what you believe about them. It could be courage, innovation, leadership, trust, faith. And you hold these imaginary meetings. He did them before he went to sleep because subconscious is in a very receptive mode when our conscious mind is tired. And he would visualize meeting at the council, asking questions and asking for their guidance and for their advice. Once he asked that, he would take in the information that he had been given, and he used that to reshape his own character. So if somebody was very courageous that he was communing with, in his daily life, he would act courageously as if he was that person. And in that way, he shaped his consciousness. What I love most about this is that it's an opportunity to listen. It's an opportunity to take in information. It's an opportunity to reach out to that which is greater than yourself and yet yourself too. And take something that feels esoteric and big, quantum physics, big, right? These are big ideas that the human brain has a difficult time dealing with. If all of us lost any idea of separation, the world would be a very interesting place. There'd be a chaos everywhere we went, right? So that is that part of separation that we believe that we are different or we are separate from another is there for a reason. And when we lose that sense, suddenly we have access to so much power that is flowing within us. And in that way, we can take that information that we get and bring that into our prayer work. Bring that into our visualization. Visualizing what they're telling you to do. And doing it from an inner place. And then watch as the outer world shows up in the most extraordinary of ways. And doors are opened. And that trail of breadcrumbs appears before you. And suddenly, instead of procrastinating or questioning or overthinking, you find yourself walking on that trail of those breadcrumbs. And in that way, you're creating in a way that is not exhausting, but is enlivening. Because you're not alone. You got your team here. And if there's one particular person on your team that you really resonate with, make that your prayer buddy. Bring the embodiment of the consciousness of who you believe that person to be and bring them in. So it's the power of wherever two or more are gathered. So you're never praying alone. You're having a consciousness that you admire and love and respect there along with you. And then watch as the miracles that show up to support you every step of the way. Thank you. And I'm just going to give a little plug for myself. So I am teaching a workshop at 1 o'clock. Tomorrow's my birthday. I made little presents for you all because you got to be in it to win it. All right, an oracle card. There's a little crack your own geode open that you take with you. Got little affirmation cards in there. You know, it's important that we process the things that we don't process. And so this is going to be an opportunity to process that stuff in a gentle, safe, and very effective manner. And as we clear that space, we're going to till the soil of our consciousness. We're going to remove those rocks from 2025. We're going to plant some new seeds together. And it's going to be glorious. So I hope you're able to stay. Thank you.
I knew we had that Capricorn energy together.
Yeah.
Yeah, Janice too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly just as high as I'm meant to. I'm gonna land when it's time to come down. I'm gonna sing with the voice I've been given. And when I'm done, I won't make another sound. I'm gonna climb every mountain that I come to. Though when it's my time to shine, I will. I'm gonna win when it's my turn for winning. And when I don't, I'll be smiling still. I am what I am, that's all that I can be. I'm not here to fight, to be a boundaries of my heart. I have taken so seriously my feelings. I have taken so literally my dreams. Maybe sometimes ambition needs reeling. Maybe my pride is more powerful than it seems. 'Cause when I stop wondering what points I'm scoring, that's when I feel so much better and fast. I can let go of the stories I've been storing and tear up my resume at last. I am what I am, that's all that I can be. I'm not here to fight to be a better me. I am who I am, I can only do my part. I find peace of mind while living in the boundaries of my heart. Ba, 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 ba. I have moments of forgetting. I have days when I tense up, but then in those moments I just simply let it out and let it in again. If I breathe and count to 10, I am who I am, that's all that I can be. I'm not here to fight to be a better me. I am who I am, I can only play my part. I find peace of mind while living in the boundaries of my heart. That's all that I can do. No, I'm not gonna try to compare myself to you. I am who I am, I can only do my part. I find peace of mind while living in the boundaries. I find peace of mind while living in the boundaries of my heart. Ba, 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 ba.
Rhonda, thank you, Kris. And yes, we are the three Capricorns.
Yes.
So everything that Kris said, oh, and yeah, my birthday sister in the back. Any other Capricorns in the room? We can, yeah, all right. So we get everything you were saying about fix it, do it, move it, you know? And I love the, what is your edit for you? The
Type A mister.
Type A mystery. I'm going with that. So now it's time to share our abundance. So we do this in so many ways here at the Center for Spiritual Living in Morristown. So many of you give online, you're automatic givers, and I so appreciate that. We also have ways to, there are QR codes in the back if you want to use PayPal or Venmo, or you can give now. But this is a time in our celebration where we really just allow ourselves to be open at the top to abundance, to activate the law of circulation, knowing that as we receive and we give, we open the space to receive and give more. And so just take a moment to go back to that place where you feel yourself open at the top and that divine current of God's resources, of sources resourcing itself through and as you. Just allow yourself to feel that moving through you. So as we receive and we give, we are just keeping that current going. And so whether you are giving now today, and all the ways you've given life, let's just bless these gifts together. So please repeat after me. Divine love consecrates my gift.
Divine love consecrates my gift.
It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless.
It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless.
It returns to me multiplied abundantly.
It returns to me multiplied abundantly.
As I share my good.
As I share my
I
good,
accept my greater good.
I accept my greater good.
And so it is.
And so it is.
So a few announcements, and I love that Kris plugged her workshop. There are openings if you want to come and you want to, pay with check or cash when you come, that's fine at 1 o'clock. There's also a flyer in the back with a QR code that will let you pay on Breeze, so you can use a credit card or whatever you want to pay. But I can't wait. I've been looking forward to it. I know it's going to be amazing. I am doing a new member class on January 18th. So if you are not a member of Center for Spiritual Living Morristown and you're thinking about becoming a member or ready to become a member, I don't do this class we don't offer this very often. So we'd love for you to take advantage of this and come on January 18th to learn more about Signs of Mind, about our center, what it means to be a member. And become a member, before our annual meeting. It allows you to vote on things. If I really do need you to register, there's a sign-up sheet in the back. If there are no registrations, I'm going to postpone it because I do a lot to prepare for this.
Can you come if you're already a member?
Absolutely.
If you need a refresher?
And even just to meet people. It's a free class. It's open to everybody. Thank you, Jean, for saying that, because you get to, just even connect and communicate and meet people with each other. So just please sign up so I know and I can prepare. Okay, I don't see you, I see heads nodding. All right, we're having it. It's happening. Okay, thank you. On Sunday, February 8th is going to be our next community gathering. We are going to share with you the results of the autumn survey that we did that had such wonderful feedback. We want to start instituting some of the things that people are looking forward to have as events and as teams and get-togethers. But we need more feedback from everybody on how we're going to do this. So this is a time when you get to come and we get to really coordinate the activities we're going to do in 2026. So it's happening at 1 o'clock on February 8th, and there were a flyer on the back if you want more information about that. It's in person only, so we hope you can make it, so we can plan together meaningful ways to move forward together. Our first Friday healing service is actually happening on the second Friday this month. Gail will be doing her first Friday healing service this Friday on January 9th, the first one of the year. I'm sure she has wonderful things planned. So that's at 7 o'clock right here in the sanctuary, and that is also in person only. So please come to that. I have a save the date. Our wonderful Lynn Forrest has this passion about having movies here. And I love how she follows her passion, and she's very determined. And so she has found a way, and I don't know if Fernando's in the room, he's in there, he's really helped her with this. So we're going to be using Shala Hall, which is part of Brookside, and it's a free event. We're going to be doing a winter film festival of classic movies, okay? On the final Friday of the month. So the first one is going to be on January 30th, okay? And it's happening in Shala Hall. We're inviting the public, and we're showing for the first one His Girl Friday. We're going way back. Cary Grant and Rosalind Russell. So there will be flyers and more announcements, but save the date and come out on a winter night and enjoy an old classic. Lynn, speaking of Lynn, she's also going to be heading up our marketing team. So if you have any interest in being part of our marketing team, if you have any skills in that way, or you just want to help get the word out there, please speak to Lynn. And there's a flyer also with her email if you want to email her about that. Science Mind magazines are here for January and February. There's some wonderful articles this month, especially about, anchoring in and the new year and creating. So please use those. Also, if you have Science Mind magazines at home from the previous months, we use them in our visitors welcome package, and we're running low on old ones. So we're asking you to recycle them. Instead of recycling them in your own recycling, bring them back here. Leave them on the back counter, and we'll reuse them because we give those out free to new members and visitors. Okay? That's all I have. So I welcome Kris to do her. I do.
Let's close this up in prayer. And so I begin this prayer by going within. letting go of effect, letting go of everything outside of myself that sometimes distracts me, and bringing my attention to the still small voice that is always speaking. This is first cause, the ultimate stuff, the one, God, consciousness, life, good. It is here, it is within me, it is within each and every one of us. And so what I know is that we enter this new year, the consciousness that is always saying yes, that is always on my side, that is friendly, that is always for me, that I am letting go of anything that stands in the way of me experiencing that which is blocking that flow is uprooted, dissolved, and neutralized now out of each and every one of us, everyone listening. It is gone. And in its place, there is a deepening of that relationship with the power that creates all. And in that, I am willing to slow down. I am willing to be receptive. I am willing to ask, to tell, and then to receive. And as I move into that receptivity, I welcome forth the voice of God to speak through me, to speak through my spiritual practices, to speak through my heroes, to speak through my higher self, and to speak through in the environments that I inhabit, that every question is answered, that all guidance is given, that direction is appearing before me, and all that I need to follow in that direction I have. Energy, motivation, courage, to simply become more and more and more of who my soul came here to be. And so I embrace the great self that lives within me. And as I embrace that greater self, I know that abundance and beauty and love and joy are greeting me every step of the way. I am worthy of this. You are worthy of this. We are all worthy and deserving of all of God's good. And we allow it to be made manifest in, through, and as each and every one of us, every day, in every way. It's just getting better and better and better. So with gratitude for answered prayers and the great mystery that answers in ways that we expect and ways that we don't, we let it all through and know it is all for us. And so I go into sweet, sweet surrender. I go into allowing. I go into trust. And allow all of this to flow. And to flow in the most perfect way for always our highest and best goods. And so I let it go. I let God be God. And know that the word has been spoken. The word is so. And please join with me by saying,
And so
it is.
Right.
Amen.
Amen.
Another one of those mornings when I'm trying to talk myself out of bed. All my good intentions are rolling around in my head. And I say, get it in gear, honey. I don't want to hear it. Get out the door, put your feet on the floor and just show up. Take your time. You don't always have to be simple as just getting out of the way. Just show up. A sweet invitation to be willing every day. Just show up. Maybe I don't need to push so hard. One breath at a time, straight from the heart. Just show up. Take your time. You don't always have to be the first one in line. Just show up, slow down, let it be easy. Just show up. Just show up. You never know what can happen. You never know what might be. If you make room for a miracle to show up in me. Just show up. Just show up. Just show up. Take it easy, baby. Just show up. Just show up. Take your time. You don't always have to be the first one in line. Just show up, slow down, let it be easy. Just show up. All you gotta do is just what? Just show up. I hear you. Just show up. Put your feet on. All you gotta do is show up. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Thank you all for showing up today. Thank you to Kris, thank you to Rhonda. Please show up next week. Lord Carson will be speaking and Grayson will be doing the music. Please join us for social hour provided by the Romans. We thank them for bringing the food today, and Lori will be available for Treatment Express. Have a blessed day.